beautiful, betasseled burlesque dancer. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Kelsea and I run a small business called Snowboat Studio where I make art and I crochet and I do all kinds of cool stuff. And today I'm going to be showing you some of that cool stuff. So welcome my friends to our first official studio vlog. Today I'll be showing you a pattern that I have worked on, and not only will I be showing you that pattern, I will be showing you little snips and bits of my process when I design a pattern. And not only that, this pattern is over the garden wall themed, and if you know me, you know that I love over the garden wall. If you too love over the garden wall and crafting and crocheting and thrifting and all kinds of super fun, awesome stuff, consider subscribing. I would love to have you here. Now without further ado, let's cut to past Kelsea so we can talk about the process. So the way I started this pattern specifically is I found a reference. It was my idea to make a cutout tapestry of the Rock Fact rock from Over the Garden Wall. So I looked up reference pictures and I tried to get as close as I could when it came to the actual tapestry grid. I make all of my tapestry grids in Procreate using like a 1x1 pixel grid and a pixel brush. I'm not super confident in pixel art quite yet, but I feel like I got a pretty good idea of what I wanted it to look like. So I got into then making it right away. This is actually the first of my tapestry grids that I've personally designed that I brought into the physical world. So it was really cool to see how it turned out. So let's move on to see how it looks. I actually just got done filming last week's video, but here is what we're looking at right now. He is huge. This is exactly how I wanted him to be. I wanted him to be a giant wall hanging. I got his little shading in there and I got his little mouth with his little tongue hanging out, and I'm about to start on his eyes. The way that I made them is I think a little more like googly and askew than they are actually in the show, but I think that's okay. Imagine this as like a mask. I have a feeling I'm going to be editing deep into the evening if I finish this though, so I probably shouldn't finish this. Just this section has taken me probably about 2 hours to make. I think my only issue with it as far as writing the actual pattern itself in all of the increases, and then once it comes to the top, putting in the decreases. If you've never made a cutout tapestry pattern, you're literally just building a shape with increases and decreases, and this is essentially just a circle or like an oval, and doing that hurts my brain a little bit. So it's all in the counting. I've never designed a cutout tapestry before. This is my first one ever. So I'm really, really excited because it is starting to match my vision almost exactly of what I wanted it to be. When I was designing the actual grid last night, it was almost 1 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't sleep without getting it out of my head and onto my iPad. I personally design tapestry grids in Procreate. I haven't released any of them yet because I have imposter syndrome about them, honestly. I have one single full plushie pattern released and I have 0 tapestry grids released. That's the world that I've been dipping my little toesies into. Maybe in like 2-3 years I'll look back on this and be like, wow, that looks like shit. But for now, it's coming out pretty good. And I'm hoping also that I can run a tester call for it soon, which you will be able to find over on my Instagram. I always run all of my tester calls over on Instagram. I just find it to be the easiest place to do it. But I've got to get to editing last week's video because I have to upload it tomorrow for my patrons. So I got to get going. Check back in with you when I work on this later. How do you lose an entire tapestry that is bigger than your head? Found it. It's okay. I have gotten to the top part. All of the rows are a little bit different because the way that the rock itself is in the show, top is a little misshapen, and I wanted to make sure that I made that clear. It's looking a little more oblong than I wanted it to, but then again, the rock itself is a little bit oblong. I love how the eyes came out exactly how I wanted them to as far as their pupil placement, because looking in 2 different directions, and I think it's so cute. I'm so excited. I will not be selling this one specifically. but I might be opening up a few slots if people want one of these. I cannot guarantee that I will be doing that because I do have a lot of things to prep for coming up soon. By the time this video comes out, I will have a market literally this weekend, and then I have another market coming up next month that's a Halloween themed market, so I'll probably make one of these for that market. It has taken me about 5 hours of work so far, but that's just because I myself am pretty slow when it comes to flat projects. After the market that I have in October, I have a convention actually coming up in November, which will be my first ever convention. It won't be my first ever multi-day event, but it will be my first ever convention. And while it is like a smaller convention, I'm still a little bit anxious about it. I'm gonna do my best to have a really good amount of inventory, but we'll see how that goes. I am actually trying to step away from markets. I took a break from them for a little while. This is not related to this tapestry. We're just yapping at this point, but I feel like y'all are okay with that. But I'm trying to step away from markets right now, and one of the ways that I'm doing that is by designing patterns and also by hosting crochet workshops. When this video comes out, my first ever crochet workshop will be this coming Monday, and then past that, this pattern will be released for testing sometime in the coming week, so please make sure that you keep an eye out for that. I'm still learning how to pattern design and how to make it, I guess, more efficient for myself. I feel like the process is like making Etsy listings. It can be a little tedious for me just because of the repetitiveness and the admin work that I have to do surrounding it. Making the pattern is fine. Working this up has been a joy and a delight, and I'm having so much fun, and I love it so much, and I'm so excited to put it up on my wall once it's all done. But writing the actual pattern out might be a struggle for me just because of the way that my brain works. So if you'd like to support the channel and help me
save my back and my shoulders from having to do markets over and over again because they're my biggest source of income right now,
you can find my Etsy here. You can find it linked in the description below. That is where my patterns are. That is where some of my physical pieces are. If I can stop doing markets, then I can start making even more videos and start bringing you bigger and better and more elaborate projects and ideas and things that I've wanted to do for years and years and years that have just been stockpiling in the cobwebbed corners of my brain. All of that being said, I'm going to keep working on this, and I will check in with you when I have made more progress. I am less than 10 rows away from the end, and then I'm going to do a single crochet border around the edges just to help clean it up and make it look nice. I love how it's turning out. It looks so cool. It makes me so happy, and I really hope that you guys like it too. I hope that y'all like the pattern once it comes out. I hope that some of y'all apply to test the pattern too. That would be so awesome. Members of the Cutie Pie Club, aka my Patreon, do also get priority spots in my tester calls. So if you're super interested and really want to test this, I would recommend joining my Patreon. You can find the link in the description below. But I'm gonna keep working on this because I'm so close to the end, and also my camera's about to die, so I have to plug that in. Okay, bye. In a very me fashion, I forgot to actually film a video of me being done with the tapestry once my camera was all charged up, but I did remember to take a video of me making this actual rock itself. For some reason, I've never made one before, so thought that it was time to do it. And here it is! All of my ends still need to be woven in, and it needs to be backed, but that will be on the pattern. If you like this video, please be sure to give me a big thumbs up and let me know in the comments what your favorite episode of Over the Garden Wall is. My favorite episode is between the one where they're on the ferry or the one where they're in Pottsfield, because I love the pumpkin people. I think they're so cute. That's gonna do it for me today. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I make a new video every single Friday, so I will see you then. Bye! You're very cute, but you're making this very difficult. That's not very nice.